On the news tonight, FCT Social Investment unveils handbook to reverse the trend of economic challenges. FCT Secretariat for Transportation presents scorecard for the year 2021. And Day 2, correspondent x-rays the level of damage of fire that engulfed next Cash and Carry Mall. Good evening and thanks for joining us on the 7 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Aisha Uba Ali. The job of government is to set a strategic vision and design policies and programs to drive that vision. That was what President Muhammadu Buhari's administration did when it introduced the Social Investment Program to enhance social inclusion. FCT Minister of State Ramoti Tijani Aliyu stated this at a one-day lecture on the Social Investment Program for stakeholders and the unveiling of the FCT Social Investment Program Handbook in Abuja. Ifeanyi Izumba reports.
With 5 key components, namely NPower, GEEP, Homegrown School Feeding Program, STEM, and Conditional Cash Transfer, federal government created avenue for social, economic, and political inclusion, making it first in the history of Nigeria. The representative of the Nigeria shall become a great nation if everyone contributes to the building and development of the country.
The issues of addressing poverty among the poorest of the poor in the Federal Capital Territory and the vulnerable families have also been very, very successful. Like the focal person said, over 32,000 households have been successfully captured, and we intend to do more.
What they get is bought from the vicinity, and the people who cook this food are people from the locality.
Focal person, FCT Social Investment Program, Chinwendu Eteyan Amba says they are working tirelessly in investing in the lives of the poor and the vulnerable segments of the society, including youths, children, and women.
What we intend to do for continuation of this program is we are domesticating this program so that even if they wake up tomorrow and say, okay, the federal government, we can no longer fund this program, the state should be able to fund the program. Under the cash transfer, the state should be able to still go ahead to pay these stipends to poor and vulnerable households.
Since we started this program, there is intensive, we will ensure that all of them that attend the basic schools must enroll in these our schools. And we have seen a lot of benefit in that.
High point was the unveiling of the FCT Social Investment Program Handbook that will expatiate the scope of the programs as well as afford the public the needed information on the Social Investment Program in the territory. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Izumba, NT News.
I'll say from the Federal Capital Territory, in order to enhance the capacity of the workforce, the FCT administration has continued to train its employees on information communication technology skills. Director Department of Reform Coordination and Service Improvement, Jumai Amadou, disclosed this while briefing the media on the department's scorecard.
The trainees drawn from the FCT secretariats, departments, and agencies were acquainted with current technological trends needed for efficiency in the workplace.
Currently, the one we are going to do with the Public Service Institute, the e-government center, there are about 74 of them. But from the beginning of the year till now, the number of people that we have interfaced with, there are over 300 staff, because the aim is for them to go back now and see how they can also bring it down to the level. It's like train the trainer interface that we are doing. Like for the engagement platform, we even expect the entire workforce of FCTA to hook onto that particular engagement platform, and is where you learn every day, because there is no how you go beyond that platform that you will not get one or two information. The process of creating an account is a learning process. That alone, if we have to give that number, it means the entire number of people that we train at ICT, over 2,000 plus, we have benefited from that.
Established in January 2020, the Department of Reform Coordination and Service Improvement has the mandate of serving as the focal point for reforms, innovation, and improvement efforts within the administration, with the overall framework set by the Office of the Head of Service of the Federation, Bureau of Public Service Reforms, and other relevant agencies of government. Launch of the Citizens Engagement Platforms, Town Hall meeting on resettlement and compensation, as well as removal of illegal structures, are some of the department's scorecard in the year under review. Shuaibu Onoze-Yakubu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Federal Capital Territory has taken delivery of 4 brand new diesel multiple units, otherwise known as tray couches, and rail grinding machines and rescue cranes to ensure the restoration of the Abuja train mass transit service. Secretary for Transportation Zakari Angulu-Dubi made this known while presenting the Secretariat scorecard for the year 2021. Shuaibu Onoze-Yakubu reports.
The restoration of the Abuja Light Rail project will provide residents with an environmentally friendly transportation system, which will also generate revenue for the administration. Secretary for Transportation Zakari Angulu-Dubi reveals that there is an urgent need to get the Abuja Light Rail system back on track, following the long break in operation as a result of the COVID-19 outbreak.
We are back to the drawing board to see how early the Abuja Rail Mass Transit services will be restored.
The Secretary also disclosed that the administration will provide pedestrian bridges at critical locations where a large number of people often converge to cross from one end of the road to another.
Bridges under construction are as follows: Kitwe Street, Bahan Wuse Market, Kubwa Express Way by Arab Junction, Duta Alaji, Lungi Barracks, Nnamdi Azikiwe Expressway by Gudu Junction, Katampe, Jahi, and Sabon Lugbe.
He added that the administration has prosecuted more than 1,000 offenders in the year under review, promising to rid the FCT roots of lawlessness. Shuaibu Onoze-Yakubu, NTA News.
The National Orientation Agency FCT Directorate has restated government's commitment to developing the economic system, whereby the issue of insecurity will be tackled headlong. Hadiza Godwin Ebune report that the agency took its campaign to the palace of the Sakuri of Karu Chiefdom.
The Acting Director, National Orientation Agency, FCT Directorate, Comfort Ogumola, says the challenges of improving the country's economy can only be adequately addressed when all Nigerians embrace peace. It is against this background that the agency took its peace campaign titled Building a People of Peace Towards Enhancing National Security to Karo Chiefdom.
At a time like this, reminding ourselves that God has seen us through from January to December, and we are looking forward to a new year. But we can only, life is for the living. We can only look forward to a new year when there is peace and there is security.
The Sakari of Karo Chiefdom, Emmanuel Kelta-Yepwe, calls on all Nigerians to remember their values and ethics, that in so doing they will experience peace and harmony, which are gateway to achieving development and also tackling insecurity.
This is Christianity, and this is Islam, and this is Nigeria. Traditionally, that is how I see it. It means this is our country, and as it is our country, we must make sure to see that there is peace.
The agency says it will continue to promote peace and harmony to achieve a greater Nigeria. Hadiza Godwin Ebune, NTA News.
And it is the second day of the fire incident that engulfed the Next Cash and Carry Mall. Ojiri Ogboru Arutare report that despite efforts of the firefighting managers on Sunday, the complex still emits smoke.
The situation right now at Next Cash and Carry is that pressmen are not allowed into the premises, although few firefighters are spotted carrying out the duty of stopping the fire, although the fire is still on and part of the building has collapsed due to the heavy fire.
This was the scenario Sunday morning as fire raised the Next Cash and Carry Mall. However, respondents say firefighters should up their game in response time to emergency situations to reduce destruction of lives and property.
There is nothing remaining here from the look of things, and the fire service are coming. There's still smoke coming out from the from the building. So up till now, they've not been able to stop it. It's very sad, honestly.
In this country, we need to advance a bit, please. We need to advance because I don't like what happened here yesterday. I'm even surprised that this morning there's still fire. They are fighting only one particular fire since yesterday.
This supermarket is accessible from all angles. You can come from Guarimpa, you can come from Bega, you can come from Banex. It's accessible. The federal service could not come here and quench the fire. After 1 hour, they are coming here with their truck. It's bad.
Meanwhile, some dealers at the mall lament their loss.
The situation is pathetic and it's terrible in a way. As you can see, this is a place that's billions of naira is here, and it's a loss, basically. But thank God some people survey some things, because we saw in the video, some people are taking some things out. But later this morning, we later saw that those things were surveyed and they were packed out. And basically they can access those things.
They equally commended good Nigerians for the spirit of salvaging some of the items from being destroyed during the fire outbreak Sunday morning. Respondents advised that people should be more conscious this season, which is prone to fire outbreak. No life was, however, lost in the incident. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru, Arutere, NTA News.
Away from disaster and to health, figures from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 26 December 2021 indicate 806 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT. The number of confirmed cases stand at 26,910, while active cases now 3,085, and the number of discharged cases stand at 23,593, with 232 deaths recorded in the Federal Capital Territory. And on sports, Confederation of African Football grants European clubs request to delay players' release till January 3rd for the AFCON as
European clubs have now been given permission to hold their African players until January at Olembe Stadium in Yaoundé, Cameroon, with final on February 6. Meanwhile, Romelu Lukaku came on to score his first Premier League goal since September to keep Chelsea in the title race as the European champions came from behind to beat Aston Villa 3-1. Lukaku was one of Chelsea's absentees due to a positive test for draw against Everton and Wolves last week that saw them lose ground in the title race. In the match day 2 of the Nigerian Professional Football League played on Sunday, Remo Stars continued their impressive return to the league with a 3-0 bashing of visiting Heartland. Nasarawa United were held to a 1-1 draw at the Lafia Township Stadium by Gombe United. Enyimba picked a 1-0 away victory at Enugu 3 points to power Golden State to a 116-107 victory over Phoenix on Saturday that moved the Warriors ahead of the Suns for best record in the NBA. Otto Porter scored 13 of his 19 points in fourth quarter as the Warriors pulled away to win a back-and-forth battle that featured 12 lead changes. With Sports Brief, Aisha Adeniyi, NTA News.
We conclude the English version of the news, and before we bring you the news in local languages, do remember to take your COVID-19 vaccine and adhere strictly to safety protocols to keep safe. I am Aisha Uba Ali. Good evening.
Amagbaje reshaje wona yikuzo lafiya arefa we wona iwana ba shi ba beda wa mu president fa yuba wona wa gwana ba ye ga gwamnati tutunu kwache atutukun kwaza azako zanshi she ko ba mi kwa vi ina ba kwa mi kwa shi atutun ba yin she ko ba moji abanu aiki tukwada uje Muhammadu Buhari gwamnati yi kwai shi kwa ga ya kaya ifan zimba wale shabai wadai inga abanu minister zaza ye kinzi na Ramatu Tijani Aliyu bai da za wale wa putai bai da ba unwa wai ga ayo kaya ntu abakpe nyaye bo wai la gbagbotu ga nge FCT sip nyakanya ajan mache wagodu nge agbodogunye bache azabwa babwa nge machine nasapa gbogbo kwa ma eyiki nyabwa jin eyimbuji che yibwa nkuba maijin gwamnati kinzin na tatishin ba laputa manai labwashi kwa ma okwa atatishin mbakpeye nyizenya pyai ba mi ba jin ya atutun na nasara abakpeye nyizenya ntu eyiki abyegibo lo nge eya akinya atatishin ba sapa kinzin na Shaibu ni Yakubu yana baji tutun lei wada inga zana nganje jumai Amadu wani bai go inge wani bai ga ayo kayaye sanu bai ga tutun nya doku eye nya shibashi wu ya atatishin ba wagodu inge azalo dubu ugwamba lo mbaku bekpeye bwa nkonu ba maji lo ya gwamnati atatishin ba sapa kwa bai ntetni manai anabaji ya je sidai nge nyipei ba yinu nyi naye nge she ajikwaji bad nagman ayi nasara ga kashankari begmi na gogwoyi odiri ogboru arutere wadai nge dudu kana ga gwamnati anagwogwo wi beishi botun enya kulaka nje nsu baiwu na ebe egi kwegwo kweye ayana kweshi ayagma gbadogun yeku azasamtige azanu beji dosu mbai majin ayekun anya aji ebin alaye gin atnubwa nge yijin pache na nya kaus ayekwen to na kwajin ya anya agma kwa wu ya kwa bei mbuba wu na ayekwen ayefan sahun ama agbaje anabaji kuzo yibe jade wosu nsekwa gifi yi won fi na gbada saisu
Jama'a masu kallo da sauraron mu assalamu alaikum barkanmu da warhaka tare da fatan an wani cikin koshin lafiya ga fasara wasu daga cikin labaran yau kamar yadda aka saba a takaice mai karantawa dan uwanku Yusuf Yakubu. An bayyana cewa aikin kowace gwamnati ne ta zama mai hangen nesa tare da kirkiro shirye-shirye da ayyukan bunƙasa rayuwar al'ummar ƙasa da ci gaban ƙasa baki ɗaya. Kamar yadda gwamnatin shugaba Muhammadu Buhari ke yi a lokacin da ta kirkiro shirye-shiryen tallafawa rayuwar al'umma 'yan ƙasa. Wakiliyarmu Ifayin Ezimba ta kawo mana rahoto cewa kalamar ministar Abuja Ramatu Tijjani Aliyu ita ce ta bayyana haka a mukalar da ta gabatar a taron kwana ɗaya na ƙaddamar da shirin bunƙasa rayuwar al'umma na masu ruwa da tsaki tare da littafin rubutu na hukumar birnin tarayya. Domin ta ƙara bunƙasa ayyukanta, hukumar birnin tarayya na ci gaba da baiwa ma'aikatanta horon fasahar sadarwar zamani. Wakilin Shaibu Onozo Yakubu ya shaida mana cewa daraktar sashen shirye-shirye da ci gaban aiki ta hukumar birnin tarayya Jummai Amadu ita ce ta bayyana haka a lokacin da take bayyana nasarorin da sashen ya samu a shekara ta 2021 ga manema labarai a nan birnin Abuja. Yau rana ta biyu kenan da tsautsayin gobara ya faru a kasuwar Cash and Carry da ke nan birnin tarayyar ƙasa Abuja. Wakiliyarmu Odiri Oboru Arutere ta rawaito mana cewa duk da yunkurin jami'an hukumar kashe gobara da sauran hukumomin kai agaji a tsautsayin da ya faru jiya Lahadi, shagunan da wutar ta cinye na ci gaba da fitar da hayaki. Masu hannun jari a kasuwar sun bayyana bakin cikinsu ainun akan ibtila'in tare da godiya ga jama'a akan gudunmawar da suka basu wajen kashe gobarar tare da ceto musu wasu kayayyaki daga konewa yayin da wutar ke ci. To Allah ya kyauta ya kuma mai da alkhairi. Ƙarshen labaran namu ne kenan, mu kwana lafiya.
Nke onye chiri ya zere Igbo bụ Igbo oge rukwana ọzọ maka akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Ọka ka bụkwa m Rachel Ifi Ono. Tọọ ntị n'ala nara anyị akụkọ anyị jiri bịa n'uhuruchi a. Dịka ọrụ dịịrị gọọmenti gụnyere isetịpụ ihe nlereanya ma wepụta usoro a ga-eji mee ya. Ifeanyi Ezumba wetara akụkọ na nke a bụ ihe onye isi ala anyị Muhammadu Buhari mere site na iwepụta ọrụ dị iche iche iji nyere ndị site n'ọnụ onye nnọchianya ya kpughere nke a mgbe ha mere nkụzi otu ụbọchị bụ nke ha ji gbapee akwụkwọ n'isi ala anyị. Ọnụ na-ekwuru ụlọọrụ na-ahụ maka ọdịmma ọha na eze Chiwendu Amba n'aka nke ya mere ka anyị mata na ha na-agba mbọ ike ha ịhụ na ha nyere ụmụ ogbenye aka. Na iji wulite ọnọdụ dị iche iche n'isi ala anyị, gọọmenti isi ala anyị anọgidela na-enye ndị ọrụ ha ọzụzụ banyere usoro mgbasa ozi nke teknọlọji. Onye ọrụ anyị Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu wetara akụkọ na onye isi n'ụlọọrụ na-ahụ maka mgbanwe na nchịkọta Jumai Ahmad kpughere nke a mgbe ya na ndị nta akụkọ na-enwe mkparịta ụka banyere